The universe is made up of numerous worlds. Each world has its own culture, values, and history that ensures no two worlds are even remotely similar. Even though the universe is vast, not many have the ability to see these worlds for their own eyes. But there exists a rare duo of travelers who have journeyed through these worlds for as long as they could remember. And said travelers are the starry-eyed siblings, Aether and Lumine. Despite being twins, Aether and Lumine basically have the same personality, with a few differences. For instance, Aether is a whore, while Lumine has a funnier face. Aether and Lumine are very close. Well, duh, they are siblings after all, because despite not having a home to call their own, that didn't matter. Because to them, home is wherever they travel together. But that would all change once they arrived in the magical world of Tevet. Once they arrived in this new world, they bore witness to the utter destruction of the nation Conria, and immediately the twins attempted to flee from this world. However, an unknown goddess stood in their path and prevented them from escaping. The twins fought against this obstacle, but things took a turn for the worse when one of the twins was captured by said goddess. And as the remaining twin attempted to rescue them, the goddess drained the other sibling of their powers. This goddess then sealed the other sibling, having them watch helplessly as they were then put to sleep. For 500 years. Yep, once the sibling came to, they woke up on some unknown beach on Tevet. After a while, they met this floating fairy thing named Paimon. After fishing her up from the ocean? Okay. After being taught the language of Tevet from Paimon, the traveler decided to get their ass out there and sought to explore this magical world in search of their lost sibling, with Paimon being their guide. Luckily, the place they were stranded on was the nation of Monsat, where the locals were more than happy to get the traveler acquainted with Tevet's culture. Unluckily, however, Monsat just so happened to be under attack by a giant wind dragon. Clearly, the traveler is a magnet for terrible things. But just before the traveler could be made into mincemeat by Dvalin, that's the dragon's name, an unknown presence aided them at the last second. With their powers combined, the traveler managed to hold back the dragon and force them to retreat. The people of Monsat celebrated the traveler as a hero, but the traveler didn't wish to celebrate just yet. Dvalin was still out there, and could potentially cause harm later down the line. So the traveler, Paimon, this blonde chick, Batman, and a bard ventured out to Dvalin's lair and confronted him. Turns out, after centuries of being forgotten, a group known as the Abyss took advantage of Dvalin's loneliness, warping and manipulating that feeling into one of pure hatred to the citizens of Monsat. But thanks to everyone's combined efforts, they were able to free Dvalin from his curse and bring peace to the nation. While the traveler was glad to save Monsat and all, they still haven't found anything on their twin yet. Plus, the Abyss was still out there, roaming in the shadows, plotting their next scheme. So our traveling duo laid out two plans for themselves. Find the traveler's sibling and stop the Abyss. To do that, they'd have to explore the rest of Tevet. And given how big this world is, yeah, it's gonna take a while. But you know what won't take a while? Hitting the subscribe button. That's right, y'all. Bad Mike Nero here to tell you that hitting the subscribe button keeps you notified for whenever the preview drops for Traveler's opponent, that being Violet from the Fire Emblem series. So be prepared for whenever that drops. Or, you know, you can just read their Wikipedia article. Saves me the trouble of explaining their lore. Puts me out of the job. Okay, bye.